Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Lone here from an Oasis. Today we're going to talk about what is soil mix. So everyone know about soil mix. So today we're going to discuss what's the true definitions of soil mix. You know, soil mix actually comes in various of potting media. Usually we use soil mix to grow plants in a pot. So when you grow plants in the pots, right, it is solely rely on us to create better soil potting media for the plants to grow healthy. So let us delve into the subject of this today, and you can understand what's the ingredient and also what's the purpose of using a soil mix. Before we dive into the subject, I'm gonna make it really easy for you guys to comprehend, because when talk about soil mix, there's only two main functions that we have to take care of, is the water retentions and also the aerations. So when it comes to water retention part, we talk about something that can absorb moistures. So when it comes to aerations, we're talking about some substance that can aerate the soil so that the water can flow easily out from the pot itself. So as you can see here, this is one of the soil mix from the plant doctors. We are using magical Aroid mix to grow this alocasia mallow. So you can see inside the substance we have perlite, pine bark, compost, and some cocoa pits and cocoa husk. So inside there we can see there's a lot of materials inside, and it will make the plant grow healthy. But what's the functions? Do you guys know that? So when it comes to water retentions, we talk about some substance. So there's a few things that we have to take care of, is this. So this is a worm casting. So worm casting can act as a compost and also a substance to absorb moistures and also give nutrients to the plants. This is a cocoa pit. Cocoa pits can come in various forms of cocoa pit. Some of them is processed and washed, and this is a coarse cocoa pit. And we do have a premium cocoa pit that is imported from Thailand. That one is better in water retentions. And this is pit moss. So three of these substances are good in water retentions and also as a media to grow plants. So the root will absorb the moistures and also the nutrient from it. So after we talk about the substance that is good for water retentions, we're gonna come on to another one that is good for aerations. So things for create aerations or aerate the soils, we call it amendments. So there's a lot of products in the market that we call amendments. The usual one is the one we call it Perlite. This is Perlite. Is expanded volcanoes processed stone, which is really light in weight. It's super light and it can aerate the soils. Another one is Pumice Stone. Pumice Stone is really good amendments material that I like to use frequently for my potting media, because it has a lot of pores inside the substance itself. It can host beneficial bacteria also. And another one will be the common one that we can see in the market. It's called Lecarbor. It's a clay pebble balls. Vermiculite, shredded cocoa husk, and pinewood bark. Each of these amendments has a different characteristic and also functions. The ultimate purpose to have these two together to create a soil mix is to create a really good porosity for the plants to grow inside there. Why we need porosity is because plants like us, they need oxygen to breathe, especially for their root systems. If the potting media has a really stagnant water or waterlogging media inside the pots, you will see root rots and also a lot of problems coming out, and some bad bacteria or bad fungus will grow inside the pot. So it's really important for us to create a good aerations for the plants and also the potting media, and the roots can grow healthily and it has more space to maneuver inside the pots. So we can talk about porosities. So comes to the definitions of porosities is we can count it by how fast the water will flow out from the pots. Usually when we water plants, if you see the water drains out from the pots within 3 to 5 seconds, it's considered really porous soil mix. As for this, I'm using a magical Aroid mix from the plant doctors, so you can see how fast the water will flow out from the pots. Oh my God. So this is what we say. a good porosity soil mix. And it solely depends on what plants that you are growing. So as you can see, this potting media is really good draining. And you can see the water will flow out, I think, within 5 seconds. The reason why I'm using this super chunky porous soil media is because I'm growing alocasia. This is alocasia mellow. It prefers to grow in ultramafic potting media. It contains, is endemic in Sabah, Borneo Island. That's why it likes to have a really fast draining soil mix. And also it likes moisture, but not too much. So it's really tricky for us to get hold of what they prefer. So the only tricks to grow alocasia is to have really high porosity soil mix. That's why I'm using magical Aroid mix. Everything is already pre-mixed together, and you can see it's growing healthy right now, and they're pushing out a bigger foliage. So like I said, once you know about the water retention substance to absorb moistures and also the amendments to create the aerations, we will have a porous soil mix to grow your plants. So comes to next thing is what potting media is suitable for what kind of plants. So I came to one really simple conclusion is if you have Aroids, usually Aroids are epiphytic plants and they prefer have a really fast draining soil mix. You will have to create a soil mix that's a 50-50, 50% of amendments, 50% of substance like peat moss and cocoa peats or compost. If you have a plant that prefer to grow in more moist, evenly moist soil media like Calathea or some house plant that prefer evenly moist all the time and they like water a lot, you can use about 60% of peat-based soil, 40% of amendments. So it really depends on your circumstances and also the way that you take care of plants and also your frequency of watering. So you can adjust it based on your context. So this is the ratio you can play with. So we can understand that 60-40 is a really general way for us to prefer what kind of plants to grow indoor here. So if you're really lazy, we do have a soil mix that's already pre-mixed. It's called Premium Grade Potting Mix. And also another one will be our Magical Aroid Mix. Both of them share a different similarity like what I mentioned previously. Magical Aroid Mix, usually I use it for my Aroid plants and also plants to prefer have a chunky media. And I'm using Premium Grade Potting Mix for my plants that prefer to have moist, evenly soil mix. So for instance, I'm using Aroid for Monstera, philodendron and some other plants that is preferred to have porosities soil media. And Premium Grade Potting Mix, I'm using it for my Calathea, begonias and some other plants that is like a house plant we call bird of paradise, heliconias. And some people who wanted to lessen their watering frequencies, they will add in a lot more amendments by using this one as a base. So if you're premium grade potting mix, you can add in another options like Pumice Stone, Perlite to let the porosities increase so that when you water, you can actually water quite frequent and it won't create the chances of root rot. If you wanted to have a chunky media, but sometimes you are lazy to water, you can using magical Aroid mix and add in peat base such as peat moss, compost or cocoa coir to increase the water retentions. So once you have the base and also to understand the principles of the soil mix, it's really easy for you to understand how to create a soil mix that is suitable for your plants. A lot of people will ask, how about the nutrients? Once you got the plants to grow well in the potting media, the nutrients will be really easy. It can derive from different ingredients, such as compost. But compost takes time to slowly release the nutrients for the plants. You can't be able to create available nutrients for the plants to absorb. So you can use Vitacoats. It's a controlled release fertilizer. So this will be the main source of nutrients for the plants to grow well and also healthy right now. You just add into the potting media, sprinkle it on top of it, just cover it with a few inches, and that's fine. Once you understand the functions of the soil mix and you can understand each of the properties of the substance, especially the water retention's characteristic and also substance to create aerations, we call it amendments. Once you have these two with the right ratios, you can create a really good porosities for your soil mix. And depends on the plants what kind of soil mix they prefer. Like I said, if you want the plant to have a high porosity soil mix, you can create 60% of amendments, 40% of peat base. If the plant prefer to have a really good moisture soil mix, you can have 70% or 60% of peat based materials and 40% or 30% of amendments. once you get this principle, understand, it will be really easy for you to create your own soil mix. If you're really lazy to create a soil mix for yourself, and also you don't have the space to stock up all these ingredients, you can buy the soil mix straight away from all the sellers on the market. And that's all for today. If you like the YouTube episode, please subscribe my YouTube channel, and also if you think the YouTube is good, share with your friends and family. If you want to see anything new in the future, drop a comment in the comment box below. Bye bye.